And good evening once again. Day 64 of the Biden administration. We're now at the point where its agenda is running headlong into reality. The president's going to get a chance to talk about his priorities and his challenges at his very first quote unquote formal news conference tomorrow. And the challenges are many. Just tonight, U.S. officials confirm North Korea has launched 2 more short-range missiles. The White House is also grappling with the growing surge at the southern border, a renewed demand for gun control following 2 more mass shootings and increased resistance from Republicans, issues all vying for his attention as his administration works to end this pandemic. Today, Biden named his Vice President Kamala Harris as the point person in the effort to stop the flow of migrants to our southern border.
She's the most qualified person to do it, to lead our efforts with Mexico and the Northern Triangle and the countries that help. We're going to need help in stemming the movement of so many folks. This new surge we're dealing with now started with the last administration, but it's our responsibility to deal with it humanely and to stop what's happening.
While we are clear that people should not come to the border now, we also understand that we will enforce the law, and that we also, because we can chew gum and walk at the same time, must address the root causes that cause people to make the trek.
And here was the reaction tonight from one Republican senator.
She doesn't understand what has generated this problem. This is not a Trump problem. This is a Biden problem. Trump brought order to chaos. Right. This will be the Achilles heel. The undoing of the Biden administration will be their immigration policies.
And so it goes. Senator Graham is among 18 Republicans on a trip to the southern border on Friday. Today, after growing pressure over a lack of transparency, the White House allowed the very first look inside one of the Texas facilities for unaccompanied children who've crossed over the border. Nearly 800 children are held there. Biden administration led a tour with congressional members and an NBC News crew on the understanding the video would be shared with all networks. Meanwhile, NBC News is reporting Biden transition officials are accusing Trump advisors of, quote, sitting on their hands when urged to increase shelter space for migrant children. This was back in December. Trump White House reportedly failed to take action until just days before the inauguration. And remember, the Biden team was robbed of the normal and proper transition as they came into office. On top of that, tonight, Axios reports nearly 300 migrant children in U.S. custody right now have tested positive for COVID. On the pandemic front, over a dozen states now reporting a rise in new cases, and there is particular concern about Michigan, where hospitalizations are now spiking. They're soaring, especially among younger patients. The White House says tomorrow President Biden will announce a new vaccination goal after achieving the original goal of 100 million shots in 100 days, with many days to spare. As we mentioned, recent mass shootings in Boulder and Atlanta have reignited the call for tougher gun legislation. Well, today, the White House was asked if the president was any closer to taking some sort of executive action instead of waiting on Congress.
Executive actions are, of course, an important lever that every president has at their disposal. There's current discussions and analysis internally of what steps can be taken.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.